You faced similar questions, I recall,
yes,
when you were at the ANC Youth League. What about investment flight? What about the global economy and the state it's in at the moment, and the potential for such policies to damage the economy?
The global markets have been doing very well, especially in the countries where the state is in charge and controls their own economy, and have failed dismally in areas where private capital is in charge of the economy, with very minimal role played by the state. And there is an emerging alternative markets to the European markets or to the West itself. And therefore, it will be incorrect to scare us with so-called investors who are going to leave our country. I think that we are more concerned about beneficiation and local investment and growing and protecting local industry and opening new markets in Africa with South African products, which I'm pretty sure African people will be very excited to receive and integrate the African economy into South African economy through providing interventions that are going to revive the economies in countries that are still struggling. Capital must wake up. We are a force to be reckoned with, and if they take their investment serious, then they will have to take the message of EFF very serious. We want to nationalize the banks, 160% of the existing banks, 160% of the mining industry, and will identify big retails and factories, 160% of those. We're not ready to participate in any government which is not ready to expropriate the land without compensation. We're not prepared to participate in any government which is not ready to nationalize the mines and the banks. We're not ready to participate in any government which is not going to give the youth of South Africa free education until they obtain their first degree. Foreign investment is more than welcomed to invest in a South Africa run by EFF, but it must meet our conditions. We must decide and determine the conditions of investment. First, they must create employment. Secondly, they must develop the communities where they are investing, and they must not leave South Africa with a serious poverty. Government which is going to be committed to fighting corruption, not as a rhetorical question. We need to introduce practical steps of dealing with corruption and how we speed up cases of corruption so that we don't have a person accused of corruption being in position for the rest of a political term. We are working very hard to ensure that we become kingmakers if we're not a government. And this policy will be implemented.